Hello everyone, welcome to a extra video that I decided to make. It's come to my attention that the campaign obviously begins around, I believe, session 6. So there's a whole chunk of everything that's gone on in the past. Before then, that obviously you guys have missed out on and not really got to see. To be honest, there's not a huge amount that you've missed out on for anyone who is familiar with how the Diablo game works and how we're running this campaign. You probably already know a lot of what's actually happened, but for those of you who don't, I'm going to give you a quick recap and run through from the session 0 that we had, where at the end of the session, this is the session that all the all the players and their characters would be traversing the world, and somehow, as fate would have it, end up in the rogue encampment. As you know, you've seen all the backgrounds and so on. We have had a few character and player changes since then, for various reasons that can't be helped, but the game is still running strong. We've got a few new players joining, and yeah, hopefully they enjoy it, you enjoy it, and we'll enjoy the game together and go through it together. So without further ado then, I'm going to take you through the first 1 to 5 sessions that we had. So obviously the rogue encampment. So the rogue encampment is the first town that the players have come to since they left wherever they left. Some of them left some form of order, others just left their homes. So they've all come from various different backgrounds, and this is the meeting point right here. In fact, this bridge is what led them all into the town. So, after they all met up, we've spoken during the session 1 about what's to come for the campaign and so on, and we've had our introductions. So what I decided to do at the end of the session 1, leading into the first session, I believe it was, decided to throw a quick encounter. You may see a few models that are old from the original game, from the original cast of the campaign. I've also found other models, for instance, to signify the skeleton that Francis can summon. So basically this was a zombie assault, and although this sort of thing doesn't happen in the actual game, I wanted to give a little bit of a fun time for the guys, and to get an idea of what to expect and what's to come. So over in this direction, and I'll ping it for everyone to see where my little orange circle is appearing, there were a small group, I think it was about 5 or 6 of them if I recall, of zombies, and they strayed close to the town, more than they would normally do, and yeah, so what happened was the party obviously scrambled to protect the town and the inhabitants, that's a hard word to say, inhabitants therein. So after the successful defense of the bridge, they headed back into town to rest up and get ready for the next leg of their their journey. So once they were ready, they all headed back out the town, and for the first time entered into the Bloodmoor. Now the Bloodmoor is obviously kind of like your training grounds or your proving grounds, if you want to consider it like that. There are a few things for the party to find, to fight, and so on, but other than that, it's just a, well, I'm not going to say it's easy, because not all fighting is easy, especially in Diablo 2. It's quite a gritty game. So slowly but surely they managed to make their way through the Maw, killing off and looting and stuff like that as they were going through. They managed to take this route mainly, the main route. Few incidents happened along the way, nothing major to really report. And they reached this section here, which is the crossroads. So, from this point on, they could either head towards the coal plains, or they can, if you read the signpost, yeah, so they can either head to Westmarch, Kingsport, or coal plains. But they also were given a task, and the task was to investigate the mines, which is up here. So as you can see, the players have headed into the mine, which is also known as the Den of Evil for those in the know. It is a genuine quest from Diablo 2. So moving into the mines then, this would have been around session 2, possibly even 3. They instantly came across a group of enemies to fight and kill, and then slowly but surely they moved their way around and ended up by about, I think, the end of session 4. I think they ended it close to around this section here. After that, they then headed over to this section for the following session, and they fought a boss monster, and also a small group that he had with him, known as Corpse Fire. Generally, this is quite a difficult foe for anybody who starts the game, but in this case the party were okay with it. There was enough of them to withstand the fight, to outlast the other enemies that were there, and then they done their usual looking around and so on. What they didn't expect was when the rogue at the time decided to go poking his nose into this chest over here, it actually triggered off a trap, which was a poison nova, and it ripped through the party, dealt a serious amount of damage, took 2 of them down, and yeah, we were rolling death saves. So quickly, there was antidotes that were handed out and so on that were able to recover and stabilize most of the fallen the party members. Quick trip back to town via the use of a town portal, and the rest is basically I believe it's already covered in sessions 6, where they head back into the caves, do what they can to try and loot the place as best as they possibly can. They recover the boss items. They recover a few of these tents are even taken, I believe. Cash picks them up and tries to do something with them. So yeah, that really should bring you up to scratch from, like I say, session 0 all the way up to session 5, and then everything else is all covered in videos on my YouTube channel. So as ever, if you have any problems, any questions, then feel free to ask. There are, like I say, not much has really gone on that you've missed, but I didn't want this video will be posted at the start, and it's just a quick recap, just to bring you up to speed with what's happened in the first session 0 and in the first 5 sessions as well. So on that note, I'm going to end this video, and yeah, like I say, if you have any questions, sound them off in the comments and I'll come back to you with them. Alright, bye for now guys.